Good morning. Happy Friday. Y'all know what time it is. Say it with me. Come on. Wake up and wake up and wake up and Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all know how we do. Gotta get the lips smackered up. Gotta get the lips smackered up. Good morning and happy Freedom Friday. It's a Freedom Friday, y'all. And I'm so excited to be on with each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us for the Wake Up and Win morning show with your daily win word. Listen, yesterday we were talking about making adjustments accordingly. And so I want to do kind of a part two to that. So today's win word is making adjustments accordingly, part two. Making adjustments accordingly, part two. I am super excited to be on with each and every one of you. And yesterday I announced that we were making an adjustment in our time because it was just better, right? But also the reason I think it's important that we think about making adjustments, or not think about, but actually make adjustments accordingly, is because when you make adjustments in your space, in your time, in your focus, um, all the things, right? You are really honoring yourself. You're honoring yourself, right? And so I don't want you to think about making adjustments as just some mechanical thing, but I want to encourage you to think about the adjustments that you need to make are really about honoring you. Yesterday, I shared that I had adjusted time because it was conflicting with my workout time. I prefer to work out in the morning. And when I started doing the show at 5:30 a.m., I was dishonoring my time for my physical health, in that my working out is a big part of that, right? And so by making that one simple adjustment or change in time, 30 minutes, I was able to honor my body yesterday, today, and that felt really good to me, right? That felt really good. Like, oh, okay, this is honoring, this is not just about, this is like my body felt great and feels great, right? And so I want to encourage you when you think about what kinds of adjustments that you need to make, and I pray that you make them accordingly. It's also about honoring yourself, right? So for me, changing the time, pushing everything up 30 minutes, this, and then I do a devotional with my church at 6:30. And so, but giving myself that time, honoring that early morning time to work out, to stretch, really in 2 days, in just those 2 days, I feel a huge difference. And not just physically, but because I'm honoring that time, I'm honoring that space, honoring myself. And I can tell, I can feel how great that feels to my body, how great that feels energetically. And so when you think about, as you think about like what adjustments you need to make, and again, the time that me honoring the time that I wanted to work out is about my physical health, right? But I also feel great, not just because I feel good physically, right? Like working out in the morning really is a huge game changer for me. Um, and when I was trying to do it in the day and the afternoon, as I shared yesterday, it just wasn't working, right? But it wasn't just about honoring the time physically. Physically, I feel the difference. So I'm glad I had a little 30 something days to kind of test that out. Like it's a for sure thing. Early mornings are best for me. 5 a.m. working out is best for me, right? But I also feel good because I honored me, right? I did what was best for me. I did what worked for me. I did what was good for me, right? And I want to invite you, and everything I'm doing right now is optional because it's my thing, right? But the point being is like when you make adjustments accordingly and you're doing what is good for you, that too brings with it some feelings like I feel good that I made decisions that are good for me, right? Like it is something about making good decisions for you that makes you feel good. Not just about yourself, but you feel good. And a lot of people, what I'm learning, are unhappy, miserable, disappointed with life because they're not making decisions that honor who they are, not just honoring my workout time. That's important, but I made this because it was the right decision for me. Does that Are you getting that? So when you make adjustments accordingly, as you're thinking about, and I pray that you think about what decisions, what adjustments you need to make and how do you need to make them accordingly, I want to invite you to also like understand that you are doing something for you. This is for you. And I am learning that making those kinds of adjustments that are for me, in addition to being good for me physically, that decision was good for me physically, but it was for me. I'm honoring me, I'm loving me, I'm lifting me, I'm lifing me. I am valuing me, right? I am telling me that I'm worthy of an adjustment because it's better for me, it works for me. And so it's too many people are walking around not honoring themselves because they feel they can't make an adjustment or don't want to make an adjustment because of what somebody might say or how somebody might feel or all the things, right? Or just feeling stuck like I can't change, I can't do something different. You absolutely can do something different. You absolutely can change. You can, and let me say this, the adjustment could be in how you respond to people. The adjustment could be in how you don't respond to people. The adjustment could be in what you eat. The adjustment could be in what you don't eat. I mean, there are the plethora of things that you can make simple adjustments in that not only are good for you tangibly, but are good for you because they're good for you. And they work for you and they're right for you. And that level of honoring yourself, that level of loving yourself and lifing yourself, that level of valuing yourself and reminding yourself you are worthy of this change, this adjustment. You are worthy of doing something that actually works for you and you alone in this moment. Like you're actually worthy of making sure that this works for me. That level of radical self-love is so important, especially if you're someone like me, and many of you know the whole reason this show exists is because I went through a major loss. I went through a few major losses, but one standing out more than the other. And so, especially if you've gone through a major loss, a traumatic experience, a grave disappointment, honoring you is a pathway to healing. Making decisions that honor you is a step towards doing the thing that's good for you as you heal, as you regroup, as you reorient, as you revive, as you are restored, right? Doing things, making adjustments that honor you because they honor you is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And so I just want to encourage you on this Freedom Friday, wherever you see an opportunity to make a small adjustment that is good for you, make that adjustment. Make that adjustment because it was good for you. It's good for you tangibly, but make that adjustment because it's simply good for you. And it's okay. It's okay. I know you were taught you weren't supposed to put yourself first ever. I know you were taught to put everybody else first. I've heard it all. I've been there. I know you were taught it's not Christian to love yourself. I know, I get it. I know. Love yourself. I get it. We've all been taught that bad theology by somebody at one point or another. I know. We live in there are parts of our world that would love for people to be self-sacrificing in attempt to you know quote unquote pseudo be there for other people, make somebody else look good at your expense. We have those dynamics in our community, in our society, in our culture. But this season, this time, today, I want you to make adjustments accordingly that are good for you simply because they're good for you and it honors you to make that kind of choice, to make that kind of decision, to move in that way. It honors you. All right. So thank you for being tuned into our Wake Up and Win show and our win word for today, which is make adjustments accordingly, part two. Now, a couple of quick announcements. Number one, we're doing the Win Experience. So, in the link below in the description, you can go there to register. The Win Experience is three women sharing their amazing stories about how they lost but won. You know how you can go through a great loss, but you can still win, and just all the things that God's doing in their life, and just really encouraging you to ignite now. Woman, ignite now, the Win Experience. Ignite. Go after what God has for you. Go after what life has for you. Ignite that thing, light it up, turn it on, fuel it up, and let's get moving. So the link below is for the Win Experience happening May 28th, 2023. Don't forget, also like, share, and feel free to repost. Like, share, tag, like, tag, share, like, tag, share. Feel free to repost. And and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, and repost. Like, share, subscribe, and repost. Subscribe today. And then no other announcements today. So we're going to be adding next week community segment on our Wake Up and Win show. We're going to add a daily community segment. So I'm excited about adding that next week. So stay tuned for the Wake Up and Win show. And we'll see you all Monday. Listen, if you miss any of our episodes this week, go back, watch the episodes, catch up, binge watch if you need to. And then we'll be back on with you all Monday morning. And we're adding a segment on Monday with some community news, which I think is going to be a blessing to you. I believe it's going to be a blessing to talk about how other folks are winning in the community. All right. Have a great day. Peace.